It's a dark day in America. Freedoms are being eroded daily. Foreign visitors are being harassed, some detained. Innocent citizens are being snatched off the streets. Could you ever imagine the day that people would be afraid to travel to America? Ships have stopped coming into ports. Predictions are that soon there will be food shortages, and that's only a fraction of the chaos spreading across the country. Before we lose our collective minds, FDR, that's President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, in case you don't know, has some thoughts he'd like to share. Welcome, President Roosevelt. Thank you for stepping up in our time of need. My. It's a pleasure to connect in this way, to have the opportunity to speak my piece about the situation in your world today, which is dire. Of course, the founders knew the possibility existed that you could lose your democracy, but they certainly didn't expect it, and they would never have dreamed that you would willingly revert to a monarchy. The situation is dire, yes, but it is not lost. The voices of the many still have the power to suppress the would-be autocrats. They have played their hand carelessly and have given away the plot, causing many to turn against them. This is your opening to reverse the course of politics in the U.S. However, you must make haste. Do not tarry. Much damage has been done, both in country and outside. With regards to your status, it will not be easy to turn things around, but it's necessary, and you have the ability. Rouse the people. Impress upon them the importance of fast action, lest they lose everything they hold dear. There are those who are working diligently behind the scenes, looking for loopholes to extricate you from this situation. They will happily join with the citizens, raising their voices to demand the autocrats be removed, defanged, and properly dealt with. The perpetrators will get due process they have denied others. The country will move on and begin the healing process, making amends to those they have gravely harmed. History will record this time as a cautionary tale of what can happen when the public disengages from the political situation, allowing apathy to take over, abdicating their responsibility for maintaining the democratic republic. There will still be some who will not see the light, who will fight back. But believe me when I say they are a dwindling minority. And once they see the tides are turning, they will settle back into their apathy, allowing others to clean up the mess while they heartily complain. But they will be aware they're a dwindling minority and do not have the power to overthrow the government, regardless of what their faux God has told them. Stand up and speak up now. This is the time to take action, to restore rational order and sensibility amongst the populace. There is still time that you might turn things around before it becomes necessary to ration food. But mark my words, tarry at your own risk, and food shortages will be a part of your future. If you thought the pandemic was bad, just imagine what your life, your country will be like when homelessness explodes. Seniors, children and their parents, all thrown out on the street because poverty. Poverty has overtaken them, and they have no other options when that happens. Disease will spread. The body count will rise. I pray that you take action, reclaim your country, before it descends into that level of madness and destitution. Everyone must do their part. Let your voices be heard. Take back your elections. Restore the hard-fought freedoms that America used to stand for. Once you bring equilibrium back to the country, then you can work towards repairing relationships with your allies. It is true they will not trust you, and the terms will not be nearly as favorable as they once were. However, it is also true that when they see the results of your efforts to reclaim your country, they will be more willing to work with you to regain their trust, maybe even one day giving you the benefit of the doubt. I caution you, do not attempt to go back to where you once were. The day when that was possible has passed. Now you must build a new foundation for America, a stronger one, a more secure one, without the unfortunate loopholes that have allowed you to descend into this chaos and madness. And in your new agreement, perhaps you will call it the Constitution too, it will be carefully spelled out that all are equal regardless of race, gender, or financial status. All are equal as the good Lord intended it, and you will recommit to keeping your treaties with other nations, with your veterans, and with the natives, the original Americans. You will be better for the experience, although healing will take time. I assure you that you have unlimited support from this side of the veil. Generations of patriots stand ready to assist in whatever way they can. In fact, they're excited at the opportunity to make America far better than it ever really was. For there were always those who were left out, regardless of what the pretty words in the Constitution said. This time, you will close those loopholes. Everyone will be given the opportunity for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness equally. There will be no need for DEI because it will be baked into the plan. It would be unthinkable to discriminate. And then, in the not too distant future, people will once more be proud to call themselves Americans. Religion will have no part in the governing of the country. It will be a matter of personal choice, separate from the laws of the land. One day it will be unthinkable to function any other way. The day is coming where you will have to contend with extraterrestrial beings, and I assure you, religion is not a part of the equation they'll be bringing. If you wish to move into the modern era and take your place in the Galactic Federation, you must put hatred, racism, and discrimination behind you. You must acknowledge equality and oneness. A bright future awaits, but you must diligently work towards it. And that is true of the entire planet. But at this moment, I speak specifically to the United States. It's time to reclaim that legacy of being United States, working to form a more perfect union, one that does not victimize those less fortunate. It will be worth all of the effort. My heart is heavy witnessing Lady Liberty brought to her knees, the devastation that has been wrought by a man who was elected to serve the people and instead serves himself first, foremost, and always. It is a sad day, a sad state of affairs. I still feel disbelief that it could be so, but you do not have the luxury of believing that it cannot be so, because it is in fact worse than you know, and that is why you must take action now, before all is lost. If you fail and he takes over, the road ahead is dark. None of us here want that for you. Stand up. Reclaim your freedoms. Now it is farewell. The next step is yours. The fight for democracy isn't over. Thank you, Mr. President. We deeply appreciate your efforts on our behalf. Friends, America was never meant to return to the shadows of monarchy and madness. Imagine how your ancestors, who valiantly fought to protect democracy, must feel. Was their sacrifice in vain? We can't let that be true. It's time to reclaim our country and freedoms. We must not be the generation that forfeits democracy, depriving our children of the American dream. As President Roosevelt said, it's time to stand up Speak out, and I'll add, while you still can. The Lightworker warriors of the world stand ready to bring their all. Will you join us? This is Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, signing off for now.